Hey y'all, it's Kelly from Dixie Darlings Tumblers here, and I don't have a cup for you guys today, but several of y'all had asked me to do a tutorial on these coasters y'all had seen me make, and I actually was asked to make them for an Auburn fan, which if y'all know me, goes against everything that I stand for as an Alabama fan. But I was like, okay, for this person, I am going to make these Auburn coasters. And I found these molds that are a diamond edge coaster mold. And they're not a car coaster. They're actual coaster that goes in your house. So they're pretty large. And I thought I can really add some depth to these and they'll be so fun. So I'm going to add a little orange and blue and then a little war eagle from Peachy Olive Glitters. And then I kind of do like the flower effect. There are some people that do these beautiful flowers in the coasters and I cannot even touch those. But I did want to add a little bit of kind of contrast between the white and the colors to kind of make all the colors stand out. So I'll show you guys how I made those today. I hope that you enjoy it. I will list all the products that I use in the description box below, so make sure you check out those links below as well as some discount codes. And as always, I'm going to ask you guys to join my Dixie Darlings Tumblers Facebook group. We have so much fun. We go live every Sunday night. Sometimes I'll throw an extra one in the middle when I can fit it into in the middle of the week. But I love interacting. I love hearing from you guys of what y'all want to see and what I can do better, what more information I can bring to y'all. So come on and join us over at Dixie Darlings Tumblers. And please subscribe, hit the little bell button here so you don't miss my future tutorials. Thank y'all so much for watching and I hope you enjoy it. So I'm starting out with two coaster molds. They're the Diamond Edge coaster mold from Counterculture. And then I've also mixed up about 120 milliliters here of Counterculture's medium viscosity artist resin. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit of my plain epoxy into the bottom first and let it sit while I'm mixing up my other colors. So I end up letting it sit for about 30 minutes or so. I don't want it to cure, but I want it enough where the glitter and the dispersion colors I'm gonna add to it aren't gonna sink all the way to the bottom. I want them to have kind of a clear layer on the bottom and then they just kind of fall into that layer. And then I take a couple of medicine cups and I'm just kind of randomly dividing the rest of my epoxy up. I know that I'm gonna use blue glitter, I'm gonna use orange glitter. The center little piece here I'm gonna do with a Peachy Olive Glitter's War Eagle that's like a chunky mixed glitter. And then I'm also going to use one with white dispersion colors. So I'm just kind of evenly distributing them out. I usually leave a little bit in my cup just for any remainder that I want to add into the molds or in case I decide to use a different color while I'm kind of in the middle of pouring. And so I want this epoxy that I've poured in the molds to sit for a little bit. I want all the bubbles to come out and then I just want it to cure a little bit so that when I add the glitters in that it's not actually gonna fall all the way through to the bottom, that it's gonna kind of create a layer underneath. So some of it will just fall through. And I'm using Peachy Olive Glitter's War Eagle, USMC is the blue, and then the orange I'm using Swamp. And then I'm just using Counterculture's dispersion color in white for my white that I'm gonna add. And you're gonna see that I only add about 2 drops of the white dispersion color. A little bit of this goes a long way, and you can see when I stir it up, that is true. 2 little drops do really well in this. And then after it's set for about 20-30 minutes, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna add this War Eagle. So I'm gonna start with the center of this. I want this to be the kind of the center of the mold, and then I'm gonna kind of do the colors around the outside, and then I'm gonna come back and add the white in the center. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add this in the center, and then I'm gonna do a thin layer around the outer edge of the mold as well. And you see this little piece just kind of dropped in right there. I just kind of take my, my little tool here, my little stir stick's what I'm using, and I'm just gonna scoot it over to the center. And then I'm going to take the same War Eagle and I'm just going to do a little bit right along the outer edge here. And I'm basically just going to go in, I'm just going to kind of dab a little bit in there and then I just kind of spread it out. There's no like real rhyme or reason as to how thick you want it. You just want to leave a little bit of room between your glitter colors on the outside and then where you place your center, because you definitely want to have room to add that white in there that does not have glitter in that area, is what my goal was of this to do. This was, so I just wanted to kind of layer the colors around the outside and then have room to layer my white in between there and then my little center of my mold here. And that one kind of wanted to move a little bit, so I just kind of pulled it back over to the center and I didn't seem to have any problems doing that. And then after I have all my War Eagle placed around the outside edge, I'm gonna go in with my orange and I'm just gonna pour it. So I'm kind of pouring it right around, you can see, kind of on top of where the War Eagle is. So not necessarily directly beside it, but kind of like on top of it, which will actually, when you turn the coaster over, will be on the bottom of it. But a lot of it's going to seep through anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. And then I'm just going to go in with my blue, and you can kind of see the same thing. I'm just going to kind of layer it on top of the orange. And then once I have all my glitter placed, I'm going to go in with my white dispersion colors, and I'm just going to take my little silicone tool here. It's kind of shaped like a pen, it's point on the end, and I'm going to create circles around that centerpiece. And I'm going to continue those circles on out until I get to where the next area has the glitter in it. I'm not going to continue over the glittered areas. I'm just going to do it in that area where it's just the clear epoxy. And I'm going to work my way out a little bit. I do just go in a little bit over that blue, but not very much. And then I'm going to go and repeat the same process on the other one and just do those same circles right around there. You can see I'm just letting the other one sit while I'm working on this one. And then I'll go back in and kind of create some movement in those little white circles that I've done outside of the center circle. And then after I'm finished adding my dispersion color, I'm just going to take a toothpick and I'm going to move that dispersion color. So I'm going to go from inside to out. And you can see I'm trying to do it basically at the same distance apart, because I'm going to come back in between where I'm pulling from the inside out, and then next time I'm going to pull from the outside in. So you can kind of see it's creating a spider web. So now I'm going to kind of pull from the inside out just to give it a little bit more movement. So I'm going to do that on this one, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to repeat the exact same process on the other one. So it looks more of like a flower than it does, to me, as a spider web kind of thing is what it creates kind of the first time. And then the second time when you pull it from the outside in, it creates more of like a flowy effect to me. And then here I'm doing it in the same fashion on the other one, and I'm just going to pull it. And if you think you get a little bit too much on your toothpick, you can see I'm just kind of wiping it off in between. So when I go to pull the next line, it doesn't get it too muddled. You're actually just pulling that line instead of the previous one. They tend to start to want to blend together. So I just decided that I liked it better when I would wipe whatever tool you're using or the toothpick or whatever. It seems to not mix it up as much when you do it that way. And then after I've let them cure for about 8 to 12 hours, I'm going to take them out of the mold, and I love how they turned out. The white really offset and made the colors of the glitter pop. And so there's so many options that you guys could do with these, with your school colors or just any color that the customer requests. So I hope that you enjoyed this quick little easy tutorial, but it's fun. That could be an easy little Christmas gift also. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that fun, crazy stuff. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all again soon.